guys, sorry I haven't made a video in a while. There's been a lot of stuff going on, and especially I haven't made this one. I told people I was gonna make it a while ago. Sorry for that, but here it is. It's just gonna be a guide on Affliction PvP, just the rotation and the spec and like what I use. If you don't like one thing I do, whatever, it's fine. It's just like what I'm doing and what I think's effective for like threes or something. I'll like explain the differences. Alright, so let's start with a spec. I'm just gonna go through it pretty fast because it's boring. Most people probably know it already anyway. So you go with Dark Regeneration. It's the best heal you can get. You can use this with your Hellstone, with the Glyph Hellstone, to like heal to full pretty much. This one you can change as usual. It's Shadow Fury. I usually go with because it's nice to like stop somebody if they're gonna LOS you or something. Also, Howl Terror is nice. Mortal Coil heals you. You could use it. I don't go with Soul Link. You could, but I don't know. It's like it's weird for me, so I don't use it. Since I'm playing Affliction, I use the better pet. So I use Sacrificial Pact over Dark Bargain because this is a 1 minute cooldown versus a 3 minute cooldown, and since I have a pet, it sacks the pet's health and gives me a bubble. So as you see, it gives me around the 200k bubble. So that's better than having a 3 minute cooldown that prevents all damage, but then you take 50 afterwards. But it's up to you. You can choose whatever. For this one, since it took out Blood Fear, I go with Unbound Will because it's like another trinket, but it does take a big chunk out of your health, which is bad if you're low or something, so you gotta be careful with that if you're gonna use that. The other option is Blood Horror. I use this over Unbound Will if I'm fighting like a melee heavy team or something. It's good because it's a free fear when they attack you. It's a horror, so I'm not sure if it stacks with your fears, but yeah. So then obviously for Affliction, I go with Supremacy because I want the better pet. Because the pet does extra damage to help you out, and it also, the clone magic takes away one effect, so it's like a purge on an enemy. It also heals itself with that, so it's kind of nice. You could also go with Sacrifice. I do this in like BGs. I think it's more fun because it's kind of annoying to deal with your pet in a big area. But it increases like damage on Haunt and Malefic Grasp and stuff like that. So it doesn't really do much for dots, I don't think. Maybe it does Corruption. And then the 90 talent, I go with Cunning. You can go with whatever you want, but I'm pretty sure for Affliction you want to go with Cunning because you basically need to like cast like all the time. Like you're just channeling and casting and blah, boring. So you want to be able to move at least, even though you're slowed. It's better to move than not move. Alright, so then Glyphs. Alright, so for threes, they changed the Glyph this patch. Before, it used to, if somebody dispelled it, you got, instead of being silenced, you got crit for like 80k. It was pretty nice. It was actually a lot better than the silence was, damage-wise and everything. But they changed that, so it made it, you see, a reduced cast time by 25%, which is pretty good because it's a minute cast with like no cooldowns, or a minute, 1 second. So that's not bad. You could choose that. But one thing you're gonna make sure you want to have is Glyph of Soul Swap. So if you say you dot things, you want to switch targets, you can use Soul Swap, and it'll leave the dots on the old target and put it on the new target. So now both targets have dots, which is a good way to spread damage and keep pressure. And then obviously you want Glyph of Hellstone to use with your heal, Dark Regen, because, let me just kill myself really quick. And you can take a look, like the heal is like enormous. So this, and then you heal, like my health bar is retarded, like look at that. So anyway, for the other talent, you could change Unstable Affliction. You could use Drain Life, which I found to be pretty useful. I actually really like that. You could also use Demon Training if you're using a pet because it heals your observer more and it also heals you. You could use Siphon Life that's okay. The heal's really not too big to notice. Or you could use Demonic Circle. But they're all up to you for this one. Since they changed it, it really doesn't matter. It just matters like how you're playing or what you're doing. Alright, so now I'm going to go into the rotation and like what I do in Arena. So say I'm in 3s. The first thing I do is, obviously, whoever you're attacking, you want Curse of Elements. So you put it on like whoever you're going on, whatever. Otherwise, you would use Enfeeblement if you want to slow cast times. Or prevent physical damage. So you put that on Warrior or something, stop, like mitigate like 10%. I don't know how effective that would be, but it may help. It's definitely good to like slow casts from healers. So the first thing I do is obviously Curse of Elements, and then what I see a lot of like high ranked Warlocks, Affliction Warlocks do, which isn't really much because Affliction's kind of like not that good right now. I mean it's good, but like you don't see many high rated Warlocks playing Affliction. Like Azael, he usually like right away you start with the 4 soul shards. So usually he just soul burns, and then you know life. What is it called? Soul swap on like all your targets. That way, all the you have all these dots moving, and then he pops Dark Bargain or Dark Soul. Sorry, Dark Soul right away, and as you see, it actually affects the dots that you already had put out. So it affects the dots, which, as you see, is already bringing back soul shards. So he likes to do that. I'm talking about me. I like to do that too because it helps you get out a lot of early pressure, and it blows your 2-minute cooldown, which it's not as like effective as like playing Destro, where you really need to use Dark Soul at a perfect time with a cast bolt. So it's kind of nice to get the early pressure, and then you regain pretty much all your soul shards because of the speed of your corruption is ticking so fast on all your targets that you're gonna get your soul shards back. That's one thing you could do, or you could just start off with, obviously you want to start with Unstable Affliction and then Agony and then Corruption, and then you want to Malefic Grasp. And one thing I like to do, like especially in 2s, is as soon as I get the dots out, maybe I'll do like a soul burn, soul swap and get full dots, and then I'll just Malefic Grasp and LOS. And you can LOS with a full bar, you see. Obviously you can't cast here, but as soon as you hop out, you can cast and run back. And it's like, it's pretty annoying for other people because you can't, you know, you can't get to you, and you can't stop the heal or the cast or anything. So that's one thing that you could do too. So you put your dots up. Put your dots. I put my Dark Soul and Trinket onto my Unstable Affliction just to help extra damage. And obviously you send your pet on them, but I don't have them because it's annoying. To renew your dots, just use Fel Flame. You never really need to recast any dots other than Agony, or if they did get dispelled, obviously. And then in between, you just want to Malefic Grasp and Haunt. Haunt when you're doing big damage, like as you see, hit a 50 non-crit. It helps. So just you keep your dots up, and then you can like soul swap targets. You can have dots on 2 at a time, and you see I'm getting soul shards back by having Corruption up. So you just make sure your Agony's up, you Fel Flame your targets, keep up your other things, and then Haunt whenever you're going to burst, and then Malefic Grasp while you're haunting and stuff. And especially if you can, do your best to like LOS while you're channeling, because it's a pain in the ass, and it's like really annoying for other people because they can't stop you from casting or anything. Obviously, during that time, when you have dots, when you're just, you know, refreshing with Fel Flame really quick or Agony refreshing, you can be fearing other targets or helping peel your teammates. You can use your Shadow Fury, stop people, just the same. And then, you know, recast for whatever reason they go out, or you can, you know, use your instant dots. That's really all there is to it. You want to Malefic Grasp right away because thanks. You want to Malefic Grasp right away because, as you see, like you have stacks of Agony, and you start out with 1 stack. Let me see. Alright, you started with 1 stack, and then as time goes on, as it ticks, it goes up, and 10 is where it sits, and that's where it does the most damage. But the only way you can make it go faster without like sitting here, if you Malefic Grasp, the ticks go up all the way really, really fast. So like, if you put a fresh one on and then Malefic Grasp, you're gonna get to 10 in like basically like 1.5 channels, I think. Yeah. So it's already at 10, and then you have your other dots, obviously, of course, to do more damage. Obviously, of course, because that's a weird phrase. I don't know. All right. Obviously, you have your buffs on, and your pet. Use your pet silence. It's kind of annoying. You need to be in LOS of what you're wanting to silence, even though, like, your pet may be in LOS of it. But if you're not in LOS, you can't do it. So it's kind of annoying. But it's a very good silence. And it has like more long range potential if your pet's farther away. Also, you can. Alright, so obviously, when you're bursting and all this, and you're about to get a kill, when your target below like 20%, you have all your dots. Of course, I'm gonna get procs too. You have all your dots. You have like full agony stacks. One thing like really good to do is, Haunt will increase the damage done. You see, increases the spell damage taken by 30%, so that's a huge thing. Plus you have Curse of Elements, which is 5. So you're really doing like a lot extra damage when Haunt's up. So you want to Haunt as much as you can, and then once they're 20%, use Drain Soul over Malefic Grasp, because Drain Soul, like as you see, ticks slower, but it does a lot more damage. It does 100% damage, and it makes your all your dots do all their damage like instantly. Not all of their damage, but like, it makes them tick all together at 100% more damage. So it's a lot better than Malefic Grasp, which only deals 50% of the normal damage. So like, obviously when they're below 20, you want to be using Drain Soul. And if worse comes to worse, if you have no soul shards to do anything, you can always Drain Soul like mid fight and just like LOS it. It's a long cast, so you can get a whole bunch of soul shards back. And then you're back. You're good to go to cast more haunts or whatever you're gonna do to use soul burn or whatever. So this is like basically what I do. I know I rambled about some things, but I just got sidetracked or lost what I was saying. I hope this like helps you guys. And if there's any you have any questions, or you think I said something wrong, or I probably did. If I did, just let me know, and I'll try to make a annotation on the video and let people know I screwed it up. Yeah, so I'm sorry it's been a while since I put the video out. I've been doing a lot of school stuff and all these things. I also got a new mic, if anyone notices. Hopefully I sound clear. I don't know. Definitely sound clear from what I've heard. Also, I'm really close to 200 subs. I think I'm at 190 right now as this video's being made. I don't know. But thank you guys so much for subbing and watching the videos and everything. It means a lot. I'm actually working on a really cool 200 sub video. I think it's cool. Maybe you won't think so, but I think it's pretty cool. And I'm gonna be making more videos. I'm sorry about the break. Thank you for watching, and I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope you get it. I hope I didn't ramble too much. And thanks for watching. See you guys later. Glyphs.